My name is Michael Potts. I live and sail this Scepter 36-foot sailboat, and this is where I am today. Belmar Beach, New Jersey. I left Toronto a few months ago, headed to warmer waters. I spent so many years and so many cold winters in Canada, I just couldn't take another one. I untied my lines, and I left headed south, and this is my story. Welcome to the Sailing EV YouTube channel.
All right, so while exiting Belmar Beach this morning, I put it in gear and I was going under the bridge there. The bridge was opening for me, and I realized that I didn't have throttle gear shift control. So the gear shift linkage is broken, and it's like a red cable that goes from the helm all the way down and through and into the engine, and actually changes the gear on the engine. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad is this? It's actually not that bad, because I could rig a piece of wire up here and control the engine from the cockpit. So it's not that huge of a deal, right? So, however, it is quite a big deal to rearrange and install a new linkage cable. So I got to have a certain length, and I got to take the helm apart and run it through and connect it all together. So that's kind of a pain in the butt, but we got to do what we got to do. So I'm going to take some measurements here and see how long the cable actually is, take some pictures, and I'm going to make some calls and phone around. Luckily it happened here in Belmar Beach. This is a marine haven. There's lots of boats here. I'm sure one marine store around here has a linkage cable. That's all I need, and we'll go from there. All right, so it's the linkage cable that's broken here. I can't go out there because there's music playing in the bar here. I'll get a copyright strike. All right, so it's this piece here. I'm gonna take it apart and see if I can fix it right now. If not, I'm gonna have to order a new one. It's just the way it is. All right, so I'm in Brielle right now. Look at this, Yanmar. Oh my god, the guy has the cable. What a crazy thing, because I know how rare the parts are for this engine, and this is just great. Mammoth marine engines, and the guy's pretty much got the cable. He's got the oil filter that I need, so this is just awesome. Now installing it is another thing, so I'm gonna have to take apart the whole helm. Anyway, once I get the cable and pay for it, I'm gonna have to take a cab back to the boat, and we're gonna rip this helm apart and get this new cable installed, and we'll probably be here for another night. I don't know. We're gonna take a look. All right, boom, found the exact cable. Look at that. And the oil filter I need. I mean, this is just awesome. What are the chances? So happy about that. It's gonna be a huge pain in the ass to install this though. That's the thing. But at least we got the parts. That's the most important thing. All right, so I made it back to Belmar Beach and Klein's Dock and Dine. I got my parts. All I got to do is install them now, and we can get out of here finally. So probably going to be here for another night. It is super windy out, so I'm kind of glad I'm not out there. Let's just get this cable properly installed. I may do an oil change as well. I don't know how long I can be here at this dock, but I'm going to try and get away with it for as long as I can. If the owner wants me to move, I'll move. But yeah, for now, let's get this thing fixed. Alrighty, so I got the cable undone here, and I should be able to pull it out, stick the other cable back in there, put it back together, and connect it up to the engine, and we're good. Haha, this was easier than I thought. I thought this would be a nightmare, but it's going pretty well so far. Fingers crossed. Alright, so here's the situation, guys. I've managed to effect repairs here, and about halfway done. Now, this is the old cable, this is the new cable. I'm going to attach these two cables together, and I'm gonna pull them through, reconnect them, and everything should be fine. Now, in terms of me, the day's a write-off, guys. It's already 1 o'clock, and I've received permission from the owners of this dock to be here for tonight. So what I think I'm gonna do is just get this done properly, reinstalled, everything back together, everything cleaned up, tools away, and I may even do an oil change because I did get the oil filter and I have the oil here, and go from there. But the good news is I'm not, you know, but as a yachtsman, you don't want to be somewhere where you're not welcome, and these people don't mind that I'm here. I'm not causing any issues or anything, so I'm gonna take my time here, and we'll be back at her tomorrow. Now, the wind is shifting to the north, which isn't in my favor for tomorrow morning, so I'm not exactly sure what to do about it. I'm gonna think about it a little longer and come up with some sort of plan. We'll see how the weather reports fare tonight before I go to bed. But at this point, all is well, and I'm very thankful I was able to get this cable, the correct cable, and, you know, very blessed and thankful that I'm gonna be okay here. So all I gotta do is get this installed, and we'll get back at it. So I'll check in with you guys in a bit here. So we've had success. I've managed to repair, or actually install, the new cable. This is the old cable right here, and it is kaput, so that's good. I had to do the worst thing about doing engine work is when you drop bolts and nuts into the bilge pan and it's full of diesel and oil, and you just get soaked, or you're finally finished and one little screw and it drops, and you look for it for half an hour, finally find it with a magnet or something. So that was a bit annoying, but it's done, and I'm glad it's done. I'm glad that this happened now and not when I was out on the ocean. So that's it. So next is the oil change. So I'm gonna bust out all the oil change stuff, and I noticed, look at everything's covered in salt here. Like, that's caked with salt. See that? Everything's caked with salt. So, like, even look at that. So I'm gonna have to do something about that eventually. I get to a marina and wash it off with fresh water, because that'll actually destroy all the metal that's on the boat. All right, so oil change, transmission drive, oil change, and we're done. And that's it. I'm gonna pack up for the night, and we'll be leaving super early in the morning, like 4 in the morning. All right, that's it. All right, guys, so I just met some guys from Jersey, man, and they're on my boat. All the tools are everywhere because I've been working on the engine. What's your name, guys?
I'm Jeff.
What's
You're
up?
not even looking at me.
What's up?
Jeff. What's up, buzz?
Jeff.
Steve.
These are my New Jersey boys, man. So having some good times. They came aboard for a beer. They're asking questions, and I'm just kind of looking around. Yeah, man. It's good. Jersey people are awesome, man.
Yeah.
Woo!
That's right. We're fucking great. Jersey's great. He's great.
Yeah, there you go. Pretty good here. We're averaging 5.5 knots. The computer says that we'll be at Atlantic City tonight around 7:15, which is right around dark. So I don't want to go into Atlantic City in the dark because I've never been there. The rules are you shouldn't go into an anchorage or a place at night when it's dark that you don't know. So I got the engine running just to charge up the batteries and to cover some distance initially here. I know it's gonna get calmer today. The winds are gonna die down, so I'm gonna try and make as much distance as I can, well I can. That's why I got the engine running, and everything seems fine. And I think the rigging could be a little tighter in terms of forestay and aft stay. I'm gonna work on that later tomorrow, or when we get into port. Engine's running good. The shifter cable works just fine. So, counting my blessings here, we seem to be doing all right. So,
gonna be a good 12 hours of sailing ahead of us to get to Atlantic City. See, this is the situation is, believe it or not, I have to be back in Toronto for 2.5 weeks on the 26th. It's the 20th today. And pretty much north of Virginia, marine is closed this time of year. So I need to get to Virginia and get to this place called Little Creek, where they're open all year round because it's warm there. So I need to get there, and it's quite a bit of a distance. We're talking 200 and something nautical miles. So I have to actually be in North Bay on the 26th at night. So that leaves me not a lot of time, guys. This is crazy. So for you guys, it won't matter. The videos will appear as if I'm continuing sailing because I've programmed YouTube to release videos ahead of time. So you're not gonna miss any videos every week. It'll be the same thing. And when I get back, we're gonna continue on to the Bahamas. I just need to get, it's more of a money thing for me. I need the funds if I'm gonna go spend 4 months in the Caribbean. So I need to do this show, which is, you know, it's pretty lucrative for me to do that. And considering it's only 2.5 weeks, I can make quite a bit of money. So, all right, so I think we'll be all right. I'll check in with you guys in a bit here. There's the boys for Barnegate Inlet is right there. That's the lighthouse right there. Still got 30 nautical miles to Atlantic City. We can be there by 5 p.m. today, which is great. Not much for wind right now. It's 4 knots or so. It's confused, sea's confused. A lot of people on fishing boats out here. And there's pretty big swell every once in a while. Like, just bobbing up and down, burning diesel. So in 3 hours from now, I'm gonna turn the engine off and check the oil and just make sure everything's cool. But pretty much this is what I do, guys. This is it. Just kind of sit here. You just get used to it. Time goes by. Time goes by really slowly in the moment, but goes by really quickly. The days go by. It's weird. So we have a 1 knot of current heading in the direction we're going right now. So we're actually doing 5.25 knots. The engine's at maybe 80% power right now, so we're burning quite a bit of diesel. Maybe 70%. The throttle set at 70 right now. I don't want to use up too much diesel. It's weird. If you give it a tiny bit more throttle, it uses quite a bit of diesel and oil. So there's a sweet spot there, you know, where you can cruise and do 5 knots and be fine. So this is all beach here. It's amazing. I remember when I was planning this trip, I looked on the maps and it was all beaches as far as you can see, all the way down to Miami basically. And it's true, it's a beach. Non-stop beaches. So I'm actually gonna get a little nap in here. I got my little area here. And that's it, guys. The water is warm. It's weird. It's very warm. It's like 55 degrees or something. So when you put your hand in there, it's like, it's not like it's cold. Because the current's coming from, well, it was coming from that way yesterday. Anyway, yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Atlantic City's a pretty happening spot. It's like the Vegas of New York, you know? So it's gonna be fun. All right.
That's all I have for you this week. Next week is crazy. We continue on into Atlantic City and things go wrong for the first time. and it's not good. You're just gonna have to watch the video. Make a comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Captain Michael